ano, 4.8 viewers. Ano ginagawa nyo dyan? Mga inutil na to, oh. Wala na, hindi na nagbabay! Mga inayupa! Ayan, 5,000 viewers!
Andiyan na si Tito Ino, yeah. Andiyan na si Tito Ino.
No. Right, sasabay ka?
Hindi po.
Start lang. Ang dami mo.
Marami po. Naku, natulog na yung professor namin ah. Ay, pinapasok lang kami sa ano ah.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
For those students who want to
Good afternoon po,
open
sir.
their video,
Good afternoon po, sir.
Gandang hapon po, sir.
okay.
Ngapang po, sir.
I am encouraging everyone to, if you want to open your camera, okay lang, so that I will be able to see your faces. Para hindi naman ako mukhang ako lang mag-isa. I will open my camera also. Okay, so it is the first time that is it the first time that I will be handling your class?
Opo.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes po, sir.
You will become a teacher someday, correct?
Some of us, sir.
Some of us. So meaning to say, kasi ba who is the class president?
Ako po, sir.
Neresina ba yun? Is that correct?
Opo.
Neresina, can you tell me something about your course?
Sir, more on computer po kami.
Okay. Pero somehow, you will become a teacher someday, or if you
Wala-
choose to.
Pati pong industry, pwede pong sa...
Okay. So pwede kayong, you can choose between the industry, you can choose also between, between industry as well as education. Okay. Anyway, so since it is the first time that you're going to, that I will be handling the class, let me introduce myself. So I am Mr. Jervis Rene Color, as you can see on the screen. No? So I've been teaching for 9 years now. It is actually my 10 years. So I graduated my bachelor's degree at the National Teachers College, no, with a bachelor's degree in secondary education, major in social science. I'm also done. Narinig yung nag-message sa akin. Wait, patanggalin ko muna yung aking message. Tanggalin ko muna yung messenger, nakaka-distract. Okay. So I'm also done with my master's degree at the same institution with a Master of Arts in Education, major in social science as well. So I'm currently taking up my doctorate degree at the same institution of the National Teachers College, Doctor of Education, major in Educational Leadership. I've been teaching junior high school and senior high school from 2012 to 2012 to 2021 up to this school year. And then I've been a part-time instructor at Philippine College of Health and Sciences. Okay, Philippine College of Health and Sciences from 2017 to 2019. I've been teaching at Universidad de Manila for college students for 1 year now. So this is my second year at university. Okay? So yon. So if you already enrolled in our Google Classroom, as I posted a while ago, ngayon ko lang pala na-post. So my apology. Ngayon ko lang na-post. Once you're enrolled at our Google Classroom, you will be able to see the syllabus that I posted. So that is the first thing that I posted on our Google Classroom. So I posted yan. Okay, so actually the subject of, as you can see on your screen, the subject is entitled The Andradology of Learning, including Principles of Trainers Methodology. When you enroll the subject, I have a first question actually. When you enroll the subject, what is your expectation in the subject? What is your expectation in the subject? The GIA.
Sir, my expectations po, based po dun sa sa subject po natin na Andradology of Learning including Principle of Trainers Methodology is parang malalaman po namin yung mga tamang principles, how to teach, and what is the methodology, parang ways po kung paano.
That's correct. No? That's correct. So when we say the Andradology of Learning including Principle of Trainers Methodology, in this subject, you are expected to learn different approaches as well as different methodologies or methods in teaching. However, teaching adult, not teaching the children. Hindi pagtuturo ng junior high school and senior high school. Although at some point, if you choose to be in the education at the education sector, ang subject ninyo ay computer. Pero the Andradology of Learning including Principles of Trainers Methodology focuses on the different approaches and methods on how you're going to teach adult learners. Okay? Ayun yung subject. So since hopefully most of you will become a teacher someday, you will replace me now basically in the future. Okay? So on this particular subject, as I mentioned, for the chapter 1, makita nyo na rin yung syllabus dito, so you will be properly guided on the different topics that we're going to discuss, as well as what are the different things that you need to undergo during the asynchronous session. Okay? So for our asynchronous session, expect 3 outputs or 3 activities on our class. So the first one, you will be having an assignment followed by an output and a reflection paper. Now, for the assignment, output, and reflection paper, please make sure to create a scholastic one. When we say a scholastic one, please make sure that the output of your assignment, output, and reflection paper will not be copied and pasted on Google. Wag naman sana. As much as, since you will become a teacher someday, please make sure, train yourself not to, kindly train yourself not to do the power of Control-C and Control-V. Okay? Don't abuse that power. Meron namang mga application in order for you to trace it. Okay? And I will be able to know if you copy and paste the output. Okay? Now, for our, meron kaming nilagay dito for our synchronous, if ever na magkakaroon ng synchronous. So, magkakaroon lang tayo, magkakaroon lang tayo ng lecture discussion on the listed topics. And for our virtual, we're going to use Google Meet, the same link every Monday as well as every Thursday. No? At exactly 5 o'clock to 6:30. But we were advised by the dean, that if our subject is 3 units and we are going to meet our student twice a week, we're not going to consume 1.5 hours. The maximum minutes for the synchronous session will be 45 minutes. And that is why I decided, as a class president, Teresina, you have an option, or you ask your classmates if what time or what schedule, which do you prefer? We're going to meet on Monday or we're going to meet on Thursday. However, if we are going to meet, since we're going to meet once a week, we're going to maximize the 1.5 hour. Is that okay with you? Pero sige, kung gusto nyo mag-meet tayo ng Monday, Thursday, okay lang naman. However, as mentioned by the dean, we're not going to maximize the 1.5 hour. Because ang allowed lang sa amin for the synchronous will be 45 minutes. And the rest will be allotted for the asynchronous session. Kaya ako, as a teacher, I prefer to maximize. I just want to maximize the 1.5 hour. And then the next meeting, the next half hour will be or has something to do with your asynchronous session. So let's, for example, on this week, you choose Monday. So yung Monday, we're going to meet ng isang buong meeting. So 1.5 hour yun. And then the next meeting, we're not going to meet. That will be for your asynchronous session. Okay? But Teresina, just let me know kung ano yung napag-decisionan namin. But ako, I prefer, pipili na lang kung Monday o Thursday. Pero kung gusto nyo, mag-meet ng Monday, Thursday, kaso 45 minutes, parang feeling ko hindi kasi siya maximize. So if that is the case, it's still your option. Okay? Now, for this particular subject, since we're going to teach you how to teach, no? In this subject kasi, tuturuan niya kayo kung paano magturo. The way of discussion will be or has something to do with reporting. So, since you are all 41 here, kayo ang pinakamadami. I don't know. Bakit ganun? Lahat ba talaga dito enrolled? Baka mamaya hindi naman kayo enrolled, Make sure that you are really enrolled in the subject. Okay? And then, going back, so as I mentioned, discussion will be in a form of reporting. So since I am expecting that you will become a teacher someday, that's why you have a subject like this. You have to report as a teacher. You're not just going to report reading what is in the PowerPoint, but you're going to report as a teacher. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah. Then expect that every chapter you will be having a quiz. And you will be having a quiz in a Google form. Okay? As a Google form naman siya. And then for our assessment, ayun nga, as I mentioned, you have a quiz as well as you have what we call the oral participation. So on this subject, every meeting, you are not just going to sit and you are not just going to listen on the report of your classmates. I am expecting that you will be participating in a form of recitation. So I will be calling you one by one. So I will be preparing an index card hopefully by next week I'm done. Kasi hinihintay ko lang yung list sa Moodle. Kasi parang konti lang yung mga estudyante na nandun. I don't know why. Pero parang sabi sa akin, ni Dean, hindi, kayo daw kasi, kayo ba nag-enroll doon or sila? I'm not
Kami
sure.
po, sir.
O yun, parang hindi kasi kayo, parang wala kayo dun sa, kaya hindi ko pa nakukuha yung master. Okay? But once I am done with the list, or I got the list already, I will be preparing an index card. And that index card will, doon ko lalagay yung grade mo when it comes to the recitation. Okay, so for recitation, so simple yung nangyari, bumabagsak lahat. So for recitation, since the subject use English as its language, so I am expecting that everyone should answer the question using the English language. Okay lang ba yun? Kasi syempre mag-teacher kayo eh. So, since meron kayong option to teach, malaki talaga ang expectation. And one of the expectations to become a teacher is the use or mastery of communications. Okay? So, recitation, if my question is in Tagalog, therefore, that's the only time you should speak in Tagalog. But if the question is in English, then you have to speak in English. Okay? Tapos when it comes to the grading system, okay, when it comes to the grading system, ayun, recitation, participation, yung module performance na yan, dyan na nakalagay yung tinatawag natin mga assignment, output, as well as reflection. Okay, so we only, the semester is divided into two major periods. The first one would be midterms as well as finals. Now, I'm not sure if the dean will encourage us. No, I'm not sure if the dean will encourage us to teach to do a major exam using paper and pen or Google Form. Pero ganun din kasi ginagawa ko sa iba. So, I'm just waiting for the confirmation of the dean kung pwedeng magpa-paper. Okay. But yung reporting na gagawin nyo will be included. Again, it will be included to your final exam. Okay? So, the mere fact that you will not report in the class, pag hindi kayo nakapag-report sa klase, therefore, meaning to say, you fail. No? Magkakaroon kayo ng INC grade. May tanong? Ba? Okay, so far wala. As well as, ito naman, kung nakikita ninyo, sana nakikita ninyo. Okay. So you can, if you have any questions, you can email me at murarjervis06@gmail.com. But please be reminded that, again, messaging me at Messenger, at email, okay, our consultation hour will be MWF 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 p.m. I will not entertain questions. Again, I will not entertain questions beyond the schedule. Busy din ako. Hindi ako robot. Baka mamaya magalit pa kayo sa akin pag hindi ko kayo na-replyan. Hindi ako snob. Okay? Meron lang tayong specific time. Okay? We have specific time which would be MWF 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. Pero it's not necessarily mean na pwede nyo sabihin nyo, baka sabihin nyo, dito na lang ako magme-message ng gantong oras. Pwede naman kayo mag-message ng morning, kaso hindi ko lang kayo re-reply. Okay? Hindi ko lang kayo ma-reply. Tapos baka makalimutan ko na rin yung message ko. Kaya, again, ang pag may tanong kayo sa akin, the consultation will be MWF 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. Please respect also my time. Okay lang ba yun? Kasi yung iba, alam mo, last semester, kahit patulog na ako ng mga, siguro, patulog na ako, may mga nagtatanong pa rin ng mga gagawin. Siyempre, tapos pag hindi ko nasasagot, parang ako pa yung nasisisi na kasi hindi ko doon sinasagot, kaya hindi nila alam yung gagawin. So again, please be reminded, be respectful on that. Siyempre, hindi lang din naman kayo ang aking hawak na subject. Marami rin akong hawak na subject. Okay. So do you have any questions regarding to the reporting, the way I'm going to teach the asynchronous session?
Ano sir, yung sa sa reporting, about reporting po.
Yes, Digia.
Paano po ang groupings po ba? Groupings din po.
Ito na nga sabihin ko na. Kasi 41.
Okay, sige, sorry sir.
41. Regarding sa reporting, I already posted on how are you going to create a topic outline. So without the topic outline, kailangan muna ng approval ko. Kailangan muna ng approval ko in order for you to do the PowerPoint at makapag-prepare ng discussion. So, nakapost na rin to sa Google Classroom ninyo. Okay? It is already posted on your Google Classroom. Lahat ng parts, binigyan ko na ng guidelines. So, you will be properly guided as well as the way how are you going to do the topic outline. So, for the topic outline, we only have we only have four parts of parts of the topic outline. We have the topics, subtopics, objectives, motivation, lesson proper, conclusion, and evaluation. Okay? So, yung kada letter, yung B up to B, guidelines yan on how are you going to do the part. So, for example, dito sa guidelines for topic, wala pa akong binibigay na topic sa inyo, no? Mamaya, I will discuss the topic later. Okay? Then, for letter C, how are you going to create an objective? Nakalagay na rin dyan. So, basahin nyo na lang mabuti, please. And then, kung may tanong kayo, just let me know. Okay? Tapos, sa motivation, meron na rin akong nilagay dyan for a kind of motivation. And then for guidelines in creating the lesson proper, I provided guidelines as well in order for you to be properly guided. Tapos yung doing the conclusion, evaluation. At the last part of that, I provided also an example of a topic outline. Ayan. Ito yun. So basahin yung mabuti, please. Pero kung may question kayo, just leave a private message or a comment on the post. Okay? Para you will be properly guided. Okay? Ayan. Now, for the topic, ito yung sinasabi ni Degia kanina. So, paano yung sa topic? Ito na siya. Para hindi tayo magkagulo-gulo, pwede nyo i-click dito. Okay? I-click nyo na lang dito yung list of topics. Pag kinilik nyo yun, you will be prompted to another tab. Again, you will be prompted to another tab. Ibig sabihin, pupunta kayo sa panibagong tab. Okay? And that tab includes the different topics under this subject. So, the chapter 1, no? Chapter 1 or the historical development of Andradology or adult learning will be presented by you. So meron akong 5 topics doon na i-discuss before you proceed, before kayo mag. Okay, so we will start at chapter 2 on the reporting, which includes at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 topics. Since 41 kayo, 42, ang dami niyo pa. I really don't know how am I going to do it. Kasi pang 26 lang to eh. Pang 26 lang to. Sorry. Pang 26 person lang tong ginawa ko. So since 42 kayo, sige, ganito na lang. Okay. Now, I will explain each topic. So, Baka sabihin nyo kasi magulat kayo. Wala kayong idea sa topic. So I will give you the big picture of the different topics under different chapter of this subject. Para magkaroon kayo ng idea na, parang gusto ko itong i-report. Okay? Now, the first topic under chapter 2, entitled The Principles of Competency-Based Learning. Do you heard, every time you heard the word competency-based learning, what comes into your mind? Pag narinig niyo yung salitang competency-based learning, what comes into your mind? Celerio, Ken. Celerio? Ano yung pagkakaintindi mo? What is your understanding about competency-based learning?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello. Based po sa parang ability po ng isang learner. Like that.
Other answer? Other answer?
Sir?
Yes, Mikay. Mikay ba yun? Yes, Mikay. Mikay? Mikay, please?
Yes po, sir. Sorry po. Sorry po, sir. Naglolo ko po. Okay na po, sir. Meron na po.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Based po rin sa pagkakaintindi ko, sir, competency is based po sa efficiency ng learner or how to can the learner successfully do the task. Parang
Okay,
ganun po,
do.
sir.
So meaning to say, since Mikay mentioned do, how will the student do? Diba? How will the student do? So meaning to say, when we say competency-based learning, it is more or focuses on the skills. Tama? Skills ang tinatrain nyo. As a teacher, using the competency-based learning, what you are focused to is the skills of the students. Okay? Kaya siya tinawag na competency-based. Binibase mo yung natutunan. You are going to base the learning of the students based on the competencies that he or she acquired. Unlike sa atin, itong ginagawa ko, it is not competency-based learning. Itong pagtuturo ko sa inyo, it is not competency-based learning. Why? Because what I'm giving you is a concept. Tama? Concept ang binibigay ko sa inyo. Hindi competency. It is not skills. So meaning to say, all of the objectives under the competency-based learning is skills. Ano yung mga skills? For example, what is your need? Computer kayo, di ba? Computer. Let's say, for example, reformative. No? You want, as a teacher of competency-based learning, you want the students learn how to reformat. Hindi mo naman pwedeng ikwento lang sa kanila. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na, this is the different steps in reformatting. Right? It is not an effective way of teaching reformatting computer. Right? But what a competency-based learning strategy or approach is the best example in order for you to teach students how to reformat. Kasi ang reformatting, hindi lang concept yan. You get the point? It is more on skills. If you don't have the skills to reformat, wala. Nakuha mo ba? Nakuha niyo ba? I mean, madaling kunin yung concept ng reformatting. Pero, mahirap kung ikaw na mismo talaga yung mag-reformat. You get the idea? And
Yes,
that is how competency-based learning different. Okay? Competency-based learning different. Okay? So, the first topic under that will be the 10 principles. Ito pinakamadaling topic siguro po sa lahat ng report. Kasi ubus eh, no? 10 principles ng 10 principles of competency-based training or competency-based learning. What are the different principles? What are the different things we need to consider in doing the competency-based learning or competency-based training? Ano yung mga elements na kailangan? Kasi again, not all subjects can be learned using the competency-based learning. Okay? Itong subject na to, diba? Mahirap siyang gawing competency-based. Okay? Kasi it's more on concept. So, ano yung 10 principles niya? So, that is the topic. So, I actually assigned one reporter here. Pero since 42 kayo, dodoblehin ko na nga para gawin ko ng 2. Okay? Tapos, you will be reporting 43 lang kayo, sorry. But okay. So, dalawang reporter to. Your report, ang expected date will be week 3. It will be on August 16 to 20. Expected date yan, ha. Now, I will be sending you the link later. Later on, after the class, I will be giving you the link of this Google Sheet. All you have to do is to type your name here. Let's say, for example, Uy Ferdinand want to report this one. Okay? Now, since maglalagay kayo dyan ng name, it will be first come, first serve. When we say first come, first serve, pag nakita nyo na yung pangalan ni Uy Ferdinand dito, tapos gusto nyo pa rin siyang telephone, kindly talk to Ferdinand. Kindly talk to Ferdinand. Kung mag-giveaway siya. Pero again, this is first come, first serve basis. And you have to choose. I will not assigning you to the topic, but I will let you choose the perfect topic for you. Para wala tayong sisiyan. Kasi pinili mo. Baka sabihin mo kasi, sir, ang hirap ng topic na binigay mo sa akin. Hindi na gano'n. Para at least, if ever, you choose the topic. I'm not going to assign. So again, since dalawa yung reporters na kailangan ko dito, pwede pang maglagay ng pangalan. So all you have to do is to type here, let's say for example, De Gia wants to join. Sulat lang niya De Gia Justin. Justin ba to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, De Gia Justin. Ayan. Eret. Ganun na. So, hindi na kailangang i-save. Automatic na yan. You know how to use Google Sheet naman. Mga computer major kayo, di ba? Sabi naman. So, yun. Okay? For the next topic, the characteristic of CBT or the competency-based training. So, there are 2 subtopics there. We have the implication for using CBT, advantages, and limitation. So when we say implication, what is the significance? What is the importance of using CBT? Okay? Iba pa yung purpose. Okay? So the second topic will be advantages and limitation of CBT. When we say advantages, what is the effect of using? What is the effect of using CBT in teaching? Now, when we say limitation, what hindrance you to use CBT? When we say hindrance you, ano yung mga pumipigil sa'yo para gawin yung subject, para gawin yung CBT? Okay? So, on this particular topic, I actually assigned 2. But in your case, gagawin ko na siya 4. Okay? So, maglagay na lang kayo, ha? Nakaintindihan? And then, the third topic, under chapter 2, is the principles of adult learning. Now, you need to understand also pala, when we say andragogy, it has something to do with adult learning. Okay? So, you need to understand that the approach of teaching, the youth compare teaching adult is very different. And I think it is very challenging. It is very challenging, or it's a challenging one to teach adult rather than teaching the youth. Okay? Kasi mga matured na yun, may mga experience na yun. Hindi mo basta-basta maluloko, diba? Okay? Unlike sa mga grade 1, di ba? Bigyan mo lang ng candy yan. Matutuwa pa sa'yo yan. You're the best teacher ever. Diba? So, on this particular topic, the CBT, ang gumagamit talaga niyan ang mostly ang gumagamit ng CBT ay actually adult learning. Okay? And then for our letter C, you have to discuss here what are the principles of adult learning or what are the key characteristics of adult learning. So on this, bibigay mo lang ano-ano nga ba yung mga elements to be considered in order for you to say that you are teaching, no, that you are teaching adult learning. Kailangan ba nasa age? Kailangan ba you know, nasa out of school youth, yung mga gano'n. So, ikaw mag-discuss na. So, by this, on this topic, I will be assigning actually to ang report na ay on week 4, August 24 to 27. Now, please be reminded that nilagay ko lang dyan will be expected date. Expected date lang yun. Meaning to say, it can be moved. No? Pwede pa siyang ma-move. Hindi ibig sabihin, ay, naku, baka kabahan ka sa August 24, 27, mag-report ka. Ayun. So, ayun lang yung mga expected. Okay? Kasi, ma-move siya depending on if there is a suspension of class, tapos biglang, di ba, si Dean biglang magkasabi na, 1 month, synchronous lang kayo lahat. Di ba? May mga ganun siyang. So, we will see on that. And then we have the delivery plans. No? When we say delivery plans, what are the methods to be used if you are going to use the CBT as a method of your teaching? So, for example, you are a teacher, then you choose to use the CBT as a method or approach in teaching. So, on this particular topic, you're going to discuss how are you going to become a facilitator. Okay? And you know, in CBT, teacher, ang ginagawa lang ni teacher dyan ay nagiging facilitator lang siya. You know what is a facilitator? Uy, Ferdinand? Uy? Nandiyan ka pa ba? Mukhang natulog na. Okay, let me call Escoto.
Sorry po, sir. May inutos lang.
Okay. Sige. Think, you want to answer the questions? Or you want to answer the question? Or ayaw daw niya. Escoto, Adrian, how about you? Escoto. Cortez. Maniklang.
Sir, ano pong tanong?
Again, for those students, in every class discussion, hindi pwedeng ganyan na hindi kayo sasagot. You are expected to answer the questions of the teacher. Kasi kasama to sa oral participation natin in the class. Hello, manik lang. Kasi if you are not going to participate.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Sige, later, manik lang. If you're not going to participate in the class, it's better for you to leave. It's better for you not to attend the online class because you are just adding to the bandwidth. Okay? Again, if you are not going to participate in the class, if you are not going to answer the question, mag-leave na lang kayo kaysa dumadagdag yung bandwidth yung ginagamit namin internet. Diba? Kasi you are here naman to learn. And please be reminded na hindi naman huwag kayong mahiyang sumagot. Huwag kayong mahiyang mag-recite because we are here to exchange knowledge. We are here to learn from one another. It not necessarily mean that I'm engaging you kung matalino ka ba ako hindi because I know everyone is intelligent. Okay? Just kaya mag-speak lang kayo ng mga naiisip mo. Huwag kayo mahiyang magsabi ng nasa isip mo. Okay? So, again, what do you mean by facilitator? Do you have any idea what is a facilitator? What facilitator is?
Bacolod po, sir.
Oh yes, Bacolod.
I think the facilitator is the one who helps the students and guide them to ensure that the objectives that they want to met are 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 complete kumbaga
Okay.
to met effectively and efficiently ganun po.
Okay, so that's correct, Bacolod, no? I love your term, no? You mentioned two important keywords in describing facilitator. You mentioned it as a teacher, you're just being help, no? You're just helping them to realize or to acquire the competence needed. As well as you are just a guide, meaning to say you are not the one responsible for giving the information. Diba? Parang gano'n. So, if you are a facilitator of learning, hindi mo sinasabi na 1 plus 1 is equals to. Diba? You are not saying that 1 plus 1 is equals to. But what you are doing is helping the student. No? You are guiding the student to realize bakit ang 1, pag dinagdagan mo ng 1, is nagiging 2. That is facilitating of learning. And that is the new trend of education. That is the education of the 21st century. And as sa community-based training or competency-based learning, the use of or a teacher as a facilitator, no? Ayan yung pinaka-key. Ayan yung pinaka-key niya. That is the reason why in this particular discussion, ang ibibigay nyo lang sa amin or ibibigay mo lang information would be what are the guidelines? No? What are the guidelines in being facilitator? Ano dapat mong ginagawa as a facilitator of learning under the competency-based learning? O medyo madali lang yan actually. And then, the second topic under this one will be the 9 events of instruction. Okay, the 9 events of instruction. As a facilitator, sabi ni Bacolod, you help and you guide. Now, most of the teacher interprets it as, bahala ka dyan, matuto ka. And that is one of the misconceptions about being facilitator of learning. Nag-gets yung point. Kaya sabi nyo kasi, sinasabi na sa facilitator of learning, you let the student learn. You are just guiding them. Diba? Ganun ng facilitator eh. Pero yung misconception nila, ng ibang teachers, sinasabi nila, ito na yung pagtuturo mo ng 1 plus 1. O ito yung pera, halimbawa piso, o ito. Ikaw na bahala sa sarili mo on how you're going to do that. And that is the misconception of being a facilitator. Because as a teacher in facilitating learning, what you do is actually give the instruction. Itong the 9 events of itong instruction. Binibigyan mo siya ng gagawin. Binibigyan mo siya ng instruction. Hindi mo siya binibigyan ng information. You are not giving them the information. But what you are giving them is the instruction in order for them to come up to an answer or to acquire the skills. Okay. So on this topic, ang bibigay niyo sa akin kailan magbibigay ng instruction? When do teacher give instruction to the students? Okay? So on this particular discussion, apat na yung lalagay ko apat. So you are expected to report on week 4, specifically on August 24 to 27. Okay. The next topic will be the learning stations or the different learning stations set up. On this topic, ang focus niyan ay how are you going to set up yung mga learning station. Paano ko bibigyan ng example? Halimbawa, reformative. Okay, reformative. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na sa mga estudyante, I mean, ang objective mo is in order for the student to acquire skills. and knowledge in reformatting computer. Diba? Eh, hindi mo magagawa yun kung hindi mo alam yung yung Windows, hindi mo alam yung mga iba pang idea. So what I'm trying to say to you is, before you come up with that, no, before you come up with that skills, meron pa mga prerequisite skills. Nakuha niyo yung point?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Now, using the learning station setup, so you create a learning station. So this station, itong station 1 na to, you have to learn first what is Windows. Yes, so station 2, ang ituturo naman sa iyo is how to paano bubuksan yung laptop or yung computer or yung desktop. Tapos station 3, ang tuturo naman sa iyo is how to install OS. O how to install Windows. Yung mga ganon. You get the point? Bago ka magka-come up dun sa idea. And as a competency-based learning, no, or a competency-based training teacher or facilitator, gumagawa ka naman. So one of the activities under CBT is the creation of learning station setup. Okay, medyo mahirap tong topic na to. Okay. So I will be assigning 2 reporters for the said topic. The week is week 5. The expected date is August 30 to September 3. Okay. The last topic under chapter 2, is none other than training activity matrix, or the guidelines in making training activity matrix. So in each station, meron kayong papagawa sa kanila. And as a facilitator of learning, as a facilitator of learning, gumagawa kayo ng matrix wherein you have to check if the students are able to do that. If you are, sabihin nila, hindi ba nagagawa ng estudyante to? So you will have to reteach that, yung mga ganon. So, ang tawag doon ay matrix. Okay, so on this particular topic, 3 ang ibibigay kong reporter. Ito ang reporter ko dyan. Okay, for chapter 3, you have to conduct what we call the pre-assessment. The first topic under that will be the recognition of prior learning. Now, what do you mean by prior learning? Do you have any idea what is prior learning? Cortes? Nako. Pag di nakasagot, i-remove ko pa. Sarap mga remove eh. Hello? Cortes?
Yes po, sir.
Ayun. So what do you mean by prior learning? Do you have any idea what do you mean by prior learning is all about?
Para pong parang yun po yung ginigain po ng student po, parang yung skills po ng student.
Okay. So when you say prior learning, ito yung skills na ina-acquire ng estudyante. That is not the correct answer, but thank you, Cortez, for sharing your thoughts. How about Sabala? Sabala. Ayun.
Sir,
What do you mean prior learning?
para ano po sir, yung experience ng estudyante first, tas parang yung skills niya sir.
Okay. So, meaning to say, Sabala is mentioning to us, they already acquired this learning. Meron na sila, kumbaga. You get the point? They already experienced this particular learning. Okay? And during the pre-assessment, we recognize those learning. Okay? Nire-recognize na natin yan. Now, what do you think the reason why? We should have to recognize first what the students already know. before teaching? Silvestre?
Sir,
Yon. The question now is, why do we need to recognize the learning of the students before teaching? Bakit kailangan muna natin malaman what they already know? Alam na naman nila yun. Bakit kailangan pa natin malaman?
para po malaman kung ano po yung weaknesses tsaka strength po nila.
Exactly, Silvestre. That is correct. So that is the main purpose. Why do we need to recognize their prior learning? Since because we want to we want to know what is the strength and what is the weaknesses of these students. That's why we are recognizing. As well as if you are going to use the competency-based training or the competency-based learning, inaalam na natin or we have to know what the student already know simply because we don't want redundancy. Ayaw natin ng paulit-ulit. You get the point? Kasi let's say for example, reformatting pala yung topic mo, yung skills na to, natutunan niya na pala. Bakit ituturo niyo pa huli? You get the point? That's why we have to recognize this prior learning of the students. Okay? Okay. The first topic under that will be the advantage of RPL. RPL yan not RL. Okay? What is the advantage of the recognition of prior learning? Why do some schools? Kasi sa mga schools kasi ginagawa yun. Parang they are just recognizing what the students already know. Tapos mag-move forward na sila sa ano. Get it? Okay. So the second one, what are the evidences for RPL? Ano mga pwede mong ibigay na proof that you already know the topic. You already know the skills. You get the point? Ano yung mga evidence? So basically, ang pwede mo ilagay dyan, your educational background, the certificates, trainings, ayun ang mga pwede mo ibigay na evidence. And for the last topic, for the RPL, how are you going to assess? How are you going to assess? How are you going to evaluate the evidences provided by the students? So ayun yung tinatawag natin RPL. Okay? So on this particular topic, I actually assign three students. Pero gawin
orientation
ko na lang,
then groupings, tapos reporting agad.
Nag-discuss?
Si Prof, nag-discuss.
Okay. The next topic will be the pre-assessment. When we say, what do you mean pre-assessment? Di ba, you know what is, sa English, meron tayong suffix na pre. Ano yung sabihin mo? Madali yung tanong ko ha. Rivad, Brian.
Yes po, sir.
What do you mean by pre-assessment? Or do you have any idea what is it?
Yung parang sa ano, sir, pag yung before taking the test po, parang ganun po.
Okay. Parang ganun yun. So before, no? Before assessment, meaning to say, bago mo siya i-judge, bago mo siya turuan, ina-assess mo muna siya. Ano ba yun? Yung sinasabi natin na tawag dito, ina-assess mo muna siya. Yung sinabi ni Silvestre kanina. Kasi kailangan mong malaman what is the strength and what is the weakness of the students. So, that you're teaching, para alam mo kung saan mo dapat magawa ng focus. Okay? So, on the topic of pre-assessment, meron lang tayong dalawa. Number one, what are the different purpose of pre-assessment? So, sasagutin nyo lang yung tanong na why do we need to do a pre-assessment to our students? So, marami yan, no? Mga guidelines. And then for number two, what are the different pre-assessment activities that we can do? So basically, as a teacher, ano ang walang kasawa-sawang ginagawa ng mga teacher in assessing students?
Voice?
Yung nasa laptop, pati boses.
Okay. Bandicam?
Kapag po sir, sa quizzes po.
Ayun, exactly. The paper and pen. But in CBT, no? But in competency-based learning, thank you, Marine. But in competency-based training, hindi uso ang paper and pen. Hindi uso ang paper and pen. Hindi mo pwedeng, mag-quiz ka dyan. Tignan natin kung may natunan ka. No. Since it is skills, no? It is skills.
Ano yan? May
Skill siya, di ba? Kailangan natin tawag na. Ito yun. Nasa chapter 4 yun. Yeah.
Nakaw lang namin ng classmate ko. Tapos nag-isa. Yung nawala na yung link eh.
Okay.
Buti na lang nakakakuha na kami.
Ano yung installer ganyan?
Ito na siya eh.
Pero dito, sa pre-assessment, ano yung mga activities na pwede mo pagawa sa kanya para malaman mo na, ay,
ito yun,
wala pa siyang skills.
Hindi ba siya pwedeng ipasa?
So, ano yon? So, ayun yung i-discuss nito.
Baya,
so, on this one, ilang
i-copy?
Gawin ko ng 3.
G sa
Yan, baka 38.
Hindi, i-copy through ano.
Executable lang ba yan?
Ilang kayo? 4 to 1.
Kailangan tayo.
Ayan.
I-install pa siya.
Ang week naman yan will be week 7. Expected date will be September 14 to September 7.
Kanina nga hindi ko na-set up ng ayos.
The next topic
yung sa BIR.
Ayun, before and after pre-assessment.
Na-record ko siya, pero hindi ko na-set up yung audio ni ate habang nagsasalita. Wala tuloy, hindi ko tuloy siya marinig.
Ano dapat yung gawin? Ano lang ang dapat yung gawin sa before and after the pre-assessment.
Hindi mo siya pwede ipasa via flash drive, gano'n.
Tapos na kayo.
Ipasa nga lang siya. Ito lang naman dalawa eh.
Meresina.
Ito lang dalawang kailangan.
Are you done with the assessment of learning?
Ito, pag win-open kasi na
subject
unregistered, itong gagawin administrator. Tapos maglagay lang ng kahit anong email.
Sabi ni Bacol, tapos na. Sabi sa chat. Okay, so since you are done, madali na lang sa inyo yan. Yung mga pre-assessment na yan. Madali na lang sa inyo yung mga guidelines in before and after pre-assessment. But you have to focus, again, you have to focus on competency-based training. Ayun ang gawin yung basis. Huwag na yung paper and pen and the likes. Okay? So, ilan ang pinag-discuss ko dyan? Isa lang. Okay na yan, isa lang. Madali lang na. Okay. So, for chapter 4, facilitate training session. So, ito medyo mahirap din yung topic na to. Okay? So, the first one, competency-based training delivery. So, what are the things that you can do to deliver competency-based training? So, that is the topic that you can discuss on that. So, the number of reporters that I assigned is 1 reporter. No? Expected date to report is on week 8, specifically on September 21 to 24. Okay, the next topic is what we call the feedback mechanism. So in feedback mechanism naman, as a facilitator of learning, feedback is one of the way in order for you to really teach the students. Kung nakita mo ng mali yung ginagawa, mali na yung halimbawa, reformatting tayo ng computer, ino-open nyo na yung computer nyo, let's for example, may nakita ka ng mali, you give feedback right away. Oh, that's wrong. This is how you do it. And that is guiding. Diba? That is guiding. That is facilitating of learning. So what are, on this particular topic, what I want you to do, or what I want you to discuss, are the different things, the different ways to give feedback. Okay? The number of reporters will be 1. Expected week to report will be on 8, specifically on September 21 to 24. Okay, dito tayo sa preparing a demonstration performance method training session. Medyo mahirap siya, so I will be allotting at least two persons, 2 reporters to discuss this one. Okay? Then the next topic will be the competency-based training monitoring tools. So, how are you going to know if the students are learning? Diba? Ano yung pwede nyo magamit? So, as in CBT, mag-focus lang tayo sa dalawang, marami yan. So, the first one will be the progress chart. The second tool to be used will be the achievement chart. Kaya dalawa yung ano ko dyan, inasahin na mag-report. So, you are expected to report on week 9, specifically on September 28 to October 1. Okay? Facilitate training sessions. Dalawa na yung ilalagay ko dyan. Focus group discussion also, dalawa rin. Ayan. So, 41 na. And chapter 5, analyze, review, and evaluation, pre-test and post-test analysis, and analyze training and evaluation. Okay, so I will be sending you later the link, or may kita nyo na siya sa Google Classroom. Ito siya, may kita nyo na siya dito eh, sa inyong Google Classroom. I-click nyo na lang siya dito sa guidelines. Wait lang. Pwede nyo siyang i-click na lang sa guidelines eh. Wait lang. I hope that you can see it. Ayan, pwede nyo na lang siya dyang i-click. I-click nyo na lang dito, CPT32. Then, i-direct niya kayo din sa ano na yon, sa Google Sheet na yun. Tapos, wait type. Okay. So, ayun lang gagawin ninyo. Kung ano yung topic na makuha ninyo, gagawin nyo lang siya ng subtopics. Okay? And then, ayan. Follow the guidelines. Okay? So, is there any questions? 43, so kulang pa pala to. 41 lang itong nilagay ko. Oh my goodness. Saan ko ba siya pwedeng ilagay? Sa ano na lang? Ay, sige, yung dalawa na yon. Ay, hindi. Magiging unfair. Wait lang. Sige, dito na lang siya sa ano. Ilalagay ko siya sa competency-based training. Saka sa analyze training evaluation. Yung pinaka-tuloy. Again, sa reporting pala, if you want to record yourself using Google Meet or Zoom, that okay lang sa akin. Di ba may mga naglalagay na ng mga pangalan nila? Okay? So, okay lang naman sa akin. Walang problema sa akin. Okay? Pero, we have to, limbawa, pag may tanong ako, you have to stop the video. Parang gano'n, kung may tanong ako. Okay? Again, please make sure that the reporting will be, hindi siya gano'n hindi mo lang babasahin what's in the PowerPoint. Pag gano'n ang gagawin ninyo, ano na lang, tawag dito, wag na lang kayo mag-report. See you next set. Parang gano'n. Okay? So, do you have any questions regarding the reporting, the different topics, the syllabus, and the likes? Because if there is none, we can call it a day, and then we are going to meet on Monday next week. I will be now starting the discussion on the historical development of Andradology. Wala pa? Ay, wala na bang tanong? Hello?
Wala na po.
Okay na po, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes po.
Okay. So, if there is none, kindly read the first lesson 1 that I am going to. Nasa Google Classroom na rin siya. Okay? Kaya nga, nagsabi ni Portilio Trisha, nako service na naglalagay ng mga naglalagay na nga sila. Okay. So again, we will see each other on Monday. And then once it is done already, Neresina, kindly check it pag tapos na lahat ng classmate mo, meron ng pangalan. Pag meron ng pangalan, once na na-approve ko na, pwede na kayong gumawa ng topic outline. And for now, you may now search on the topic that you choose. Okay? So if there's no question, let's call it a day. Thank you, CPT 32. Goodbye.
Bye po, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.